I am Jaclyn Steele, and this is part 4 of my 5-part story behind my single and my ebook Didn't Break Me. This part is called the part where I leave the Middle East. Sometime in the early hours of the morning, I found myself in her apartment. I called my husband to let him know that I was okay, and I took a bath to wash away the sweat and the angst bubbling inside. He told me I needed to get home, and I told him that I needed to sleep before I could make any more decisions. I was so tired, but I had trouble sleeping. I hadn't slept well at all on this trip. I hadn't slept well or consistently before it either. It's so interesting how when my body needs rest most, I cannot seem to find an off switch. I called the airline I had booked with to change my flight. It cost more to change it than it had to purchase it in the first place. And I knew I could charge it on my credit card, but that felt like a trap too. I had 7 days left. Could I do it? I warred with myself. I had been wanting to visit the Middle East for over a decade, and I was here. Was I really going to allow someone else to ruin my time? Looking back, I should have gone home. But you don't know what you don't know. And I have this stubborn undercurrent in my DNA that tells me that I can handle anything. And so I stayed. And again, looking back, I realized that I can handle pretty much anything. But why would I want to? Why did I continue to subject myself to such volatile behavior? The rest of the trip was, shall I say, a mixed bag. She got back to Dubai and gave me a book she had bought me at the airport since she knew I loved to read. That was her way of apologizing, and we put it behind us. I was fully on edge those last 7 days, but we did do some really fun things. We went to a karaoke bar at this throwback 70s club in one of the poshest hotels in Dubai. I sang my heart out to Queen's Fat Bottom Girls, naturally, to a room filled with Russian men and gorgeous prostitutes. We went on a desert safari and went dune bashing and four-wheeling and ate food, sitting on faded rugs under the stars while a belly dancer twirled in the moonlight. We went to this incredible show called La Pearl that was visually stunning. We toured the many We toured the many malls Dubai has to offer. We went salsa dancing with some of the tallest Arab men I have ever seen in my life, and we had dinner with a table full of expats from all over the world sharing such amazing stories that I could have parked in that moment listening forever. My travel companion was still highly unpredictable during those last 7 days, but the outbursts hadn't been directed at me. On the last night there, we went to the Louvre in Abu Dhabi and then ate dinner and smoked shisha, which is hookah, with some newfound friends. On the way back to her apartment, she asked me to stay longer. She wasn't quite ready to face her current circumstances alone. Despite her behavior toward me, my heart ached for her. I listened to her share what she was feeling until 4 a.m. We hugged and cried, and I felt a sense of relief thinking about being able to go home on good terms. I fell asleep softly and woke up to her raging. At first, I had no idea what was happening, and then as I came to, I realized she was yelling at me. Apparently, I hadn't responded to her friend who wanted to have lunch with me. I had been sleeping. What followed was a diatribe of how awful I am, to which I responded, "If we are going to do this, can I at least have a cup of coffee first?" To which she replied, "How pathetic that you need coffee to have a conversation. That is so pathetic." I let her yell and get it all out, and then said, "Why don't you just give me her phone number and I'll contact her directly?" Because I didn't even have this woman's contact information in the first place. Then as swiftly as the hurricane of rage began, it left the room entirely. She informed me that she was now leaving for a piano lesson. At this point, I had 9 hours or so until I needed to be at the airport. So I quickly took a shower, packed my things, left her a note, and got the hell out of there. I met up with her friend that she was so mad I hadn't responded to, and we had a nice time. I was so on edge from 2 weeks of chaos that it was hard for me to relax, but I tried to make the best of it. Another friend I had met that week kindly took me to the airport. I was going home, but I wasn't the same person I had been when I left.